Well, 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 well. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 211 of McRae Live. Look at that number right there. That's Canadian dollars, mind you. 18,295. That's 15% on day number 1. You Americans are probably seeing just over 13,000, somewhere in there. Man, that's good. That's a good first day. That's a good first day. It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. Ooh, Olivia Hussey, the original, one of horror's first final girls, is coming back to play Jess Bradford. Can you believe it? We still are pinching ourselves, but it's true. It's happening. It's happening. It is episode 211 of McRae Live. It is Monday. Of course, for some of you out there, you might be thinking, where the hell is two dudes and some bullshit? That's next week. Next week is a big day today. It is Monday, May the 1st, 2023, 7:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am joined by my partner in crime. That's it. Yeah. Here, let me actually, I think I got to bump up your microphone here. Hang on. Let me just.
Okay. Check 1, 2. Check.
Hang on a sec here.
I'm working on my MC skills, everybody. So eventually I can just start to spit.
Yeah.
We'll get this. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I could always turn myself down, and then that way, maybe it evens out a little bit. Bruce Dale, my partner in crime, my best friend of 31 years this year. We've been making movies since we were teenagers. The very first thing we ever did was in 1992, and it was a Diet Coke commercial. Not a real Diet Coke commercial, a fake Diet Coke commercial. And from there, we made movies throughout the 90s, home movies, that kind of stuff. Secret Agents was one. We made a horror trilogy, The Night He Came Back trilogy. And
that's right.
And then we both went off to, get involved in the biz. And here we are. And we have launched the official Indiegogo campaign today for It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. Bruce, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling stoked. I'm super excited. Yeah, I can't say enough just how much I appreciate just all the love from all the fans and everybody out there, and already just the donations that people have made, the love that people have shown online through comments to text messages I've received from people. I know same with you, Dave, and then just everybody here on the call. So, very, very much appreciate all the love from everybody. And let's make this happen. Yeah,
let's
we're stoked.
We want to shoot. We are stoked. You have no idea how exciting it is, and I've been saying for weeks now, on my channel, I've been saying, listen, we have to have a strong start because, there's always that lull kind of in the middle of, the Indiegogo campaign, right? The novelty wears off a little bit, you got to keep it out there, right? Out of sight, out of mind. And the last thing anybody wants is to, start off very slow and then hit the lull, the inevitable lull that every campaign does, because then you got nowhere to go, right? You know what I mean? So it's always great to have a really strong start in that first week, especially, so you can afford a lull here or there, we were just looking at the graph from our first campaign. On day 1 of our campaign for It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1, again, this is Canadian dollars, about 8,000 Canadian dollars. So far, we're starting to wind down on day 1 here, but we're already over 18,000, which is just, which is great. Now, obviously the budget's higher, but it's still great. It's still fantastic.
Yeah. Absolutely. No complaints at all. Yeah.
For sure. So we will get to your super chats. We absolutely will. I know they're there. But Bruce, let's kind of talk about, here we are. We did It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1. It was, as I've been saying, it sounds, I'm beating a dead horse. It's even in our campaign video, but it's true that it was always designed to be the first part of something.
Yep.
You know, if we were confident that we could have raised the whole budget the first time around, we would have shot the feature. But
Yep.
we looked at our story and thought, hey, there's a great moment to end it, and maybe see if people can like it, or see if people can like it. Go back to grammar school, Dave. See if people would like it, you know, and then, you know, and deliver something solid, professional, you know, through and through, exciting for horror fans, especially Black Christmas fans, and hopefully entice them to want to see more. And, but we wanted to let the movie breathe for a bit, you know what I mean? And kind of let it live online and let new eyeballs discover it. And then last year we made the decision to roll into chapter 2, and here we are. How are you feeling about the whole thing? Your thoughts on this? Don't worry, we'll get into the Olivia Hussey stuff soon. But how do you feel about sort of, you know, the process this time around, and you know, where we are, the script, the story? I'm like, I was pumped before, but of course, for obvious reasons, I'm extra pumped now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, same. I'm, you know, man, where do I start? It's like, I feel like with this project, you know, like with the first project,
Yeah.
we're going to be stepping up our game,
Yeah.
and we're going to be taking this to a next level, certainly for us. And I'm excited about that. Um, you know, it's nothing that we can't do and accomplish or handle, or, you know, um yeah, I'm very much excited for all of that. I'm excited to dive into the creative with you, and like, you know, explore the story, and really get into it, and work with all of our performers to like bring their characters to life, bring some magic back to the screen. You know, working with Greg again.
Yeah.
And for those that may not be aware, Greg Bennett, our award-winning director of photography, he's going to be joining the project as well, and shooting this for us. So you're going to get that same high quality cinematic magic on the screen that you had the first time. And you know, again, he is pro. He
Well,
is,
he's the real
you
deal
know, where it's at. Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
And
Right.
he's so, like, he's not just is he great, but he's great to work with.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
funny. He's got such a dry sense of humor. Hi,
Yeah.
Greg. How are you? But he's fantastic, you know, and he's got really, and he's like, the great thing about Greg is that he's also extremely collaborative, you know,
Yeah.
and he'll present ideas, or if he sees that you and I are like, oh, I don't know, you know, we're off in the corner going, I don't know, do you think? And then he'll come in and be like, you know, you could just do
Yeah.
this, and we're like, oh yeah, that's great,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's because of his experience, right? You know what I mean? I mean, he's
Yeah.
been doing this for so long that sometimes he can see those things a little more objectively, right? You know,
Yeah.
and he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and so yeah, I could not agree with you more, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just excited, Dave, to like work with just everybody that we've got. Like, Victoria's back to
Mm.
play the role of Sam. Caro is back to play the role of Agnes slash Mrs. Crane.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Brian coming back as the role of Billy. And then we have, you know, of course, not just, you know, they're awesome and did such a fantastic job in the first film. Such talented performers, all three of them. And now we're able to welcome, and I'm so grateful, you know, Lynn Griffin, right? And Olivia Hussey, right? So like, this is going to be an all-star cast, just everybody involved. Super stoked to be working with
Yeah.
them, as I know you are.
Oh, I am.
Um
Well,
Man, like, I'm just chomping at the bit to like work with them and get in on it. You know what I mean?
well,
And
it's
like,
just what's so great about Black Christmas is, you know, and I've said this before, and you know, it's there because it never spawned, you know, an official sequel, right? It had two remakes, an '06 and a '19, that were, dare I say, divided or leaning towards being disappointing for a lot of horror fans, especially, well, maybe not horror fans, but maybe Black Christmas fans for sure. So it never spawned a franchise. It never had an official sequel, so it never embedded itself into the pop culture zeitgeist in the same ways that like an Elm Street or a Friday had. And so to be able to play in that sandbox was so much untapped potential. We are building the mythology, even though we're not official yet, because you never know what might happen. You know, but because we're delivering a professional product through and through, and taking it seriously as if we were shooting anything else, you know, there is that authenticity and credibility that is delivered through the work. And we're taking it that seriously. You know, we really want to honor the legacy of not just the movie, not just because we're Canadian filmmakers from Toronto and it's a Canadian movie that was shot in Toronto, but to honor, you know, Bob Clark, rest in peace, you know, Lynn, of course, Olivia and Andrea Martin and, you know, Margot Kidder, rest in peace. And, you know, just to honor, because it was such an influential horror movie. If you didn't have Black Christmas, you may not have had Halloween. You know, I mean, you may still have had, you know, Halloween. It's possible. But it's so...
Maybe it would have looked different.
Maybe it would have looked different. Maybe it would have been different, right? It's such an important film to the subgenre. And Olivia as Jess is such an important final girl. She's one of the first, her and the character of Sally Hardesty from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Both Texas Chainsaw and Black Christmas came out in 74, like right neck and neck with each other. So... you know, again, it's so important, you know, and so, yeah, no, I agree with you. To be able to step into this sandbox, I mean, it's
epic, dude.
It's as official as you can get without it being official, you know, and we're taking it seriously. It's to pay honor and respect to what's come before, and to deliver a product that hopefully, I mean, it's art, right? You know, some people are going to like what you do, some people aren't going to like what you do, but hopefully, you know, please horror and Black Christmas fans around the world.
Yeah. And we've got so many great ideas in store for this story. Excuse me. And we hope that you're all going to be just as excited as we are. And I think you will. Like there's, again, like we did with the first movie, to all of Dave's points, you know, it was an opportunity to build, you know, this world out more.
Yeah.
And as filmmakers and as storytellers, we looked at the original film and we looked at the opportunity in the story where we could evolve and build from. And especially since our story is set so many years later in the future, essentially now in present day, there's so much room for what could have happened between 1974 and today. And so like the first movie, as we're doing with the second one, we're continuing to build, we're continuing to grow, but at the same time, honor and respect that first film, its mood, its atmosphere, its tone, but also some of the, you know, the mystique, the mystery around it. So we're being selective with where we grow things, where we develop characters, adding story in the right places and fleshing things out in the right places. So we've worked very hard. And I think for me, I don't know, you tell me what you think, Dave, but when we went to write this script, I felt as though there was an even greater sense of flow when writing this screenplay compared to the first one. And I think for me, that was because the first one already exists. So it was, you know, what I noticed in our creative process was, where do we want to go? Where do we want to land? How do we want this to end? Those creative choices about what's going to happen to these characters. What are we going to see? What are fans going to be looking for potentially? You know, because we look at this as though, yes, it's the second part of our story, but if you just look at them as separate film entities, it's kind of the part three. You know, it's sort of, you could think of it from a certain point of view.
Correct.
As very wise Jedis would say.
Yeah.
This could be
from a certain point of view.
Yeah, this might be the conclusion to a trilogy in a way.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And you know, and again, it's the second half of the film. I mean, you know, some people have asked me, when it's all done, could you put chapter 1 and 2 together and would it flow as like a feature? And in theory, on paper, the answer would be yes. In theory, we won't know for sure until it's all done and whether it works better, you know, as to kind of like as 2 episodes, and you know what I mean? So we're not quite sure yet, but in theory, yes, it could very well, but it is definitely, it picks up immediately where the first one left off. So it's like a Halloween 2 kind of thing. And continues on, you know, that night. Now, again, it's a short film, so you have to keep that in mind, right? I'm always asked how long I think it would be. I have no idea. It's about the same length of script. I think it might be a page or 2 shorter, actually, but I wouldn't be surprised if the film was, 35, 40 minutes again. So, but it's the second half now, right? And you know, the first half we were introduced to the characters, we were introduced to Sam and her, her 2 friends, and great conversations, and then shit hits the fan, and then Sam is like a fish out of water, but she has to be able to remember that she has her grandmother's strength within her, because remember that conversation that Emma said to her on the porch in chapter 1, when Sam is like, what does she say? She says, I need to start taking care of myself, Emma. I don't want to end up like her. Now, immediately you're going to think, well, you don't want to end up like your grandmother. And then Emma says, you're not like her. You're strong like your grandma. And so there's a lot of things that Sam is going through, and then she's presented with this horrific thing, and she does the right thing by running, but she runs into the arms of danger, and now she's trapped, but now we get, we want to have that opportunity now to be able to show you Sam's complete, like her arc, right? Her discovering that inner strength. And what helps her discover that, what helps remind her of that, is the woman herself, Jess Bradford, who is also, and Jess is starting to kind of she's very strong. She's independent. She's very strong. She's still that same strong, independent woman she was 50 years ago, but she's been in that basement for who knows how long. And she's starting to kind of feel it, and then the discovery of each other renews hope in each other, and renews hope in each other's bond to be able to, have that strength to be able to get out of there. And that's a great dynamic, between that, is that they discover renewed hope in each other. It's exciting to be able to show you how that all plays out. But Bruce is right, tonally, again, it's Black Christmas. This isn't Friday the 13th, not Terrifier.
It's a different kind of movie.
It's cut from a different cloth of storytelling.
That's right.
And so it was important for us that, again, with chapter 2, we've upped the ante a little bit because, you're moving into the climax now. But it's not like it's going to be a 180 and all of a sudden it's, it's like Terrifier or something. It's important to us that the authenticity of that original film, that theater of the mind, that tone, still feels like it lives in the same universe. That's still very important to us, because otherwise it's just like, what's going on here? Blood all over the place. And, of course, there's some people that would probably love it, but
right.
I was like, no, not here.
And Dave, I just want to give a shout out to Lynn. Lynn is in the chat, everyone. Welcome, Lynn. Great to have you. Awesome to have you join us.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Yeah, and thank you. It's we're very, very thankful to have been able to have Olivia join us, and for her to come on board on the project. It's and even yourself. It's
for sure.
It's very special. It's very special.
I knew that.
And
sorry, go ahead. It's the delay. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just gonna say that it's there's, man, we try so hard with the first movie to bring a level of authenticity. It was like modernizing the original film, bringing our own flavor and style to it, while still keeping it authentic to the original, and having yourself and Olivia in the picture on this second part, combined, with the cast that we've got, man, like the amount of authenticity that it gets added to it at a whole next level is just beyond me. It's awesome.
It is.
It's tremendous. So
no, it's great.
Yeah.
And we had long talks about how to bring Lynn back on board, because we wanted to do that, but her character's dead, you know, and we thought, well, I guess that's it.
Right.
You know, I guess,
Yeah.
I guess that's it. I guess you just can't bring it back.
Right.
But we thought, you know, and again, if we were going to, like, we don't want to, not that there's anything wrong with fan service for the sake of being fan service. That's fine. But Bruce and I like to deliver fan service that feels like it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's properly motivated. And so we found out a way to bring Lynn back as Claire's sister, Nancy. And I've said I didn't choose the name Nancy because of Nancy from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Although if you want to think that, that's cool. That's fine.
No, but that wasn't the choice.
No, it wasn't the choice. I was looking for a popular female name that would have been given to a girl who would have been born in like 1951 or two. And at that time, I found a bunch of names, and Nancy was one of that's kind of nice. Nancy and Claire, and yeah, I could totally believe that. So that's why I chose the name Nancy. And it makes sense. You know, it makes sense that she would be. You know, there's never any mention of a sister in the original film, which is great because that doesn't mean that one doesn't exist. So we have figured out a way to bring Nancy into the equation, and it's exciting. And Lynn is I know she's very excited to step back into the Black Christmas world and play Claire's sister. You know, and obviously, I mean, a sister. I mean, having to live with that, you know, your sister was brutally murdered, you know, 50 years, and the guy's never been caught. I mean, the police kind of think he's been, but you don't buy it. You don't believe it at all. I mean, you know, you don't think it is at all. And there's reasons for it, which we can't go into, by the way. But, you know, it makes sense, you know, and that's going to be very emotional for Nancy. So very exciting indeed. So Lynn, again, you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on board and being a part of this. You know, it's true. I mean, you also bring a level of authenticity and credibility to the piece. And if you guys haven't watched Strange Brew with Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, the uber stereotypically Canadian oot na boot boot noot boo 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 boot oot 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 movie. You've got to watch it because Lynn is fantastic in it. It's also got Max von Sydow as the villain, which is a blast. So, yeah. So the campaign is. Let me just refresh here. We are at 18,534. I think we've gained a few $100 while we've just been online. This is great, guys. This is great. Really appreciate everybody who has donated so far. To have this kind of a start is fantastic. So
Dave, I'm just going to put the campaign link in the chat for everybody.
Good idea.
So if you're interested in supporting us, click away. I'm just going to put that in the chat now, and hopefully the hyperlink works for you. If it doesn't, let me know, and I'll try it again.
Did it go through? Yeah, there it is. Oh, Tabitha
okay.
put it in
Thanks,
there too.
Tabitha.
Awesome. Thanks, Tabitha. Yeah, you know, and keep in mind, as I've been saying, a lot of times campaigns are won not by, I mean, you know, obviously if you can afford the higher tiers, that's great. That's fantastic. We welcome that. But a lot of the times campaigns are won by a lot of people coming in on a lower tier. You know, we've often said, like, over on the It's Me Billy Facebook page, I think there's nearly 1,000 people that like that page. Well, if 1,000 people all bought, you know, a Blu-ray in Canadian dollars, I think that would be about $60,000, right? As I've often said, it's easier, you know, it's easier said than done. It's hard to get 3 people to do anything, let alone 1,000. But the principle is the same, right? Like, you know, sometimes these campaigns can be won by just lots of people going in low rather than people feeling like, there's no point in contributing because I can't buy the $500 tier or something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Just whatever you can, even if you share it, you tweet it, share it around to people on your social medias and your Facebook posts, on your TikToks, wherever, it would be greatly appreciated. Cause we really want to show you this. And, you know, we also have, we're not going to tell you what it is, but we have the perfect teaser trailer already in mind.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Oh man, can't wait.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
people would lose the yeah. Anyway,
and that's the thing about Dave and I, right? Like we're never sleeping on this stuff. Like we're
no,
always, every time we get together, we could be like in a budgeting meeting
yeah,
and just randomly in the middle of the conversation, oh dude, what do you think about,
yeah,
oh
oh,
yeah, what do you think about,
100%.
oh I've got this great idea, like
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
just nonstop.
It's true, and it's funny because there's yeah, like I mean, it might seem like to the average person that we're not doing anything, but no, we're working hard behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff. When I'm not on YouTube talking Halloween and going, "But Dave," or whatever, I'm working on this movie. You know what I mean? So so let's. Do you want to? I mean, obviously we can't get into details, but we can certainly talk a bit about Olivia and sort of how that came to be. Again, in a roundabout way. There's certain details we can't get into at the moment, but we can talk about it sort of in a general sense. So so
Yeah.
obviously, the goal was always to have Olivia in the movie. We're big fans of Olivia. We think she's fantastic. Jesus of Nazareth, and Romeo and Juliet, obviously, and all the little films that she's been in. And It, of course, the miniseries with Tim Curry and directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. There's your Halloween stuff for you, all you Halloween fans. And Psycho 4, obviously. I think she was Norman Bates' mother in Psycho 4, if I'm not mistaken. But just a classy, very classy lady, if I do say so. Very classy woman, and a great actress. And obviously, to horror fans, which is what we all are, she's known as Jess Bradford. And it was always our goal to approach Olivia. We were not going to not approach her. You don't ask, you don't get. Right? That's just the way it is. The worst that can happen is no. Oh, okay. Well, then, then we recast. And like I've often said, we would put the same level of attention to detail into recasting her as we did casting everybody else. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to go after her and let her know that we are going to treat her and her character, the character that she created, with dignity and respect, and not exploit or ruin the legacy of that incredibly important character. Our goal is to only add to it, and I am fully confident that we can do that. Like fully confident we can do that.
Yeah.
So it was very important to us that was stated, because we had two filmmakers from Canada. What's this thing going on? What's this? You know what I mean? You gotta be ready. So again, there's details I can't get into, but I'll just say that we were in negotiations with her manager for a couple of weeks, and we had some great back and forth. Shout out to Tony, her manager, great guy. Really accommodating, and you could tell that he was just a really
just a really great guy.
Very
supportive.
And very supportive.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it. Yeah. I was going to say cheerleader, but that's not the right word. Supportive. Extremely. So yeah, that's what's in my head. So that's why I didn't say it, because I'm like, no, that's not the right word.
I'm not sure he would describe himself.
I don't think so either. I don't think he would either. And that's not what I was going for. I was like, no, that's not right. Bruce, help me out here. Like supportive. That's it.
Yeah. He was very supportive.
Very supportive.
Yeah, and really great to talk to. Really great guy.
Yeah. And again, I'd love to be able to talk about everything, but we can't at this moment. But to just say that the script was sent over and with images and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I mean, she again, I'm trying to dance around certain things because it's not stuff that should be said right now, but just say that she agreed to come on board and reprise her role as Jess Bradford. And it was very exciting for us. Yeah, anything you want to add to that, Bruce?
You know, it's it may, yeah, not really too much. Like it was, we didn't know what was going to happen, obviously,
No,
right?
and you never do.
We took the risk. I echo everything that Dave said, and again, it was a pleasure working with Tony so far, and we're really looking forward to continuing to build that relationship over the next course of time as we work towards going to camera and beyond.
For sure.
And same with the rest of the cast and the crew. Crew we have yet to hire, but that depends on all of you and what funds we can raise, of course. So, but it was. We put our best foot forward, and we shared with her and with Tony the first film, the script, as Dave said, and just put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
And we're very thankful for the outcome.
Yeah, I think I equate it to it's important that when you are serious about something, you have all your ducks in a row, and you are prepared to present a pitch, essentially, is what it is, and you have to know your stuff and be excited about the product that you are excited about, which of course in this case is It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. So I think that because we're so passionate about this, genuinely, and we respect Olivia and her career and her work and the character so much, I'd like to think that came through, in a really authentic, genuine way. And because it is not lost on us. Let me just say this. It is not lost on us how special this is and how special this is about to become. It is not lost on us. And that's why I say that we take this very seriously. And we want to deliver something very special. So we are just very thankful that she agreed to come on board. And of course, we will be continuing to nurture that relationship with her and her husband, David. Shout out to her husband, David, of course, as well. And her manager, Tony, and continue to work through that over the course of the next, 6 months. 6 months or so, I guess, before we go to camera.
Yep.
And then... very exciting indeed. Very excited. I am just elated. When we knew it was going to happen, I was so, it was very surreal in a lot of ways. Because it's, I was confident that we could do it, but in terms of presenting a solid, vision for the project and a solid answer for why we are approaching Olivia. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, it's going to go your way. And it did. And we thank Olivia and her husband and Tony again so much. We are so excited, and we're going to do all of you very proud.
Yeah. Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Amazing. Good night, everybody. I feel like I got to exit right now. Like it's a high note. You know what I mean? If I continue
this is where we go to commercial break, and then
yes.
But no, there's no commercial.
Well, if I continue to talk, I feel like that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we'll be back right after this.
I was just going to say, if there was a multi-camera setup, we'd just be like, and good night, everyone. We'll be right back after this.
That's right. Yeah, I was like,
right?
And that's the way. Thank you very much. And we'll be back right after this.
That's right.
That's what it is. Let me refresh the campaign here and see what's happening. So we're currently sitting at 18,578 Canadian Billy Bucks. That's what that's what they're called, Billy Bucks. 145 backers, 15% of our 120,000 Canadian dollar goal. It's about 80. What is it? 85,000, 88,000 US or something like that. And as you can see here, oh yes, the special thanks. There we are, the digital download package. The special thanks, of course, is just, your name in the special thanks. The digital download package. We've added a couple of things this time. Last time it was just the poster of the movie and the script. This time we're adding some high resolution, still promotional images from It's Me, Billy Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Obviously, when they are available. We don't have Chapter 2 yet, but we will. But you get a high resolution copy of the official poster with the billing block. The billing block is not there in that image, but you will get it with the billing block. The billing block. I say that so many times it doesn't sound like a word anymore.
I know.
The billing block at the bottom of the poster. You also get, of course, a digital copy of the movie in full HD and a digital copy of the script. And then, of course, these sold well last time. These are It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 t-shirts. Small, medium, large, extra large, extra large. And with that, you also get your name. Oh, no matter what perk you pick up, you will always get your name in the end credits as a special thanks. If you pick up a t-shirt, you also get obviously your name in the end credits. You get the digital download package, and you get and of course the t-shirt. So the special thanks, the digital download package, and the t-shirt. Pretty cool stuff. And then the It's Me, Billy on Blu-ray. That, of course, is the official cover. The official cover. Love it. I love that. I fucking love that artwork. And with that, you get, of course, the special thanks, the digital download package, and the Blu-ray. And, of course, the Blu-ray will be similar to last time. You'll get, obviously, the special features will include the trailers, a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Chapter 2, director's commentary, and more. And then there's the teaser cover. So you can also get the teaser cover as well. I like that cover, too. That's a cool cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good when Dave and I went back and forth with, David presented the idea for, teaser poster, and of course, suggesting it be, the teaser cover for the Blu-ray, and then the poster, the official poster. And it was good. Like usual with our creative process, there was a few options that we looked at and explored, and, it's exciting, and it's all the same stuff that any other professional filmmaker goes through, when they're looking to advertise and promote their film. And these are all the things that you think about. And it's all part and parcel of how you distribute and image the film, out to the public. And it's fun. I find it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Having those conversations with you, Dave, and kind of going through all that stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, me too. Because it's when you look at the promotional material for Chapter 1, it had a very sort of, you just look at the official poster, right? There's the green phone. There's sort of a bluishy green kind of vibe to the background, which of course, can make sense. And then for Chapter 2, tonally, the movie gets a lot darker. And we wanted the promotional material to reflect that. So that's why you do see, like, even on the official poster, if I just scroll back up to this Blu-ray, again, we wanted those deep blacks, those reds. So the title was in white last time. The title, of course, is in red this time. The elongated Roman numeral 2. It's like these dangly, eerie kind of legs or something.
Yeah.
We just really wanted to present a tone and a vibe to this chapter that is, because it ends on a very dark note, and now you're going to step into that darkness. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
And Dave, I just want to say shout out to Brian Charles Peter, who plays Billy on camera. He's in the chat tonight. I saw him say hello a little bit earlier. So
amazing.
Great to have you, Brian.
Great to have you here, Brian. Thank you. You are amazing. Brian and his gorgeous locks.
Yeah,
Um,
we love the hair. We love the
I
hair.
know. So many people ask me, "Is that his real hair?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's his real." No, it's not.
It
Oh
is.
yes, it
Yep.
is. Yes, it
It's
is.
his real hair. Yep.
Authentic. Copy of the director's script, of course. The official poster, 24 by 36. Again, that will be with the billing block. And then the teaser poster as well is up for grabs. The hoodies, of course. I'm going to have to snag myself one of those hoodies. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a hoodie kind of guy. This is the one that a lot of people have been asking for. The first movie on Blu-ray. So here's your opportunity to get both. You can get both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 on Blu-ray. And so far, 34 people have claimed that.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Chapter 2 posters. So you can get the teaser and official together, both 24 by 36. Official posters. You can get the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 official posters together, both 24 by 36. Advanced screening. This is where you can get to see it before anybody else. Anybody else. And if you want to know what else comes with that perk, you just have to click on it and it'll show you what else you get with it. So make sure to do that before you buy. Oh, hey, you want to be on this show? Well, you can be on this show if you want and talk whatever you want to talk about with me. You want to talk Halloween? You want to talk Friday the 13th? But Dave, you just want to go, but Dave, for an hour and a half? We can do that too. Yes, you can be my guest. You can also be a guest with Tony and I on Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. One person picked that up already. That was a popular perk last time. So
it was.
you can choose the topic. It's the horror topic because obviously we're a horror channel. It doesn't have to be, but it might be better for the audience. But at the end of the day, it's whatever movie you want to talk about. You can talk about it with us on an episode of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. And then of course I'm offering up the Voiceover 101, a complete introduction into the world of professional voiceover. If anybody has ever aspired to be a voice actor or wanted to know more about that side of the entertainment business, this might interest you. It's a complete introduction, a two-day complete introduction. And then
and that one was. I think that's going to be really great, Dave. Like it's. I would encourage folks to check that out, but just well, for a number of reasons, but not so much. Like it. I realize as I'm saying that it's it's.
Well, some people I
it
just
must
hey,
sound,
if you don't care about voiceover and you don't care about voice acting and you have no you're probably not going to check it out. But there might be somebody that's like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to check that out. Hey, you know what? It's there if you want it. You don't have to take it. I just thought it'd be cool for some people if they felt like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's similar to the filmmaking 101 package that we offered last time.
That's right.
And again, if there's a demand for that, you never know what the rest of the campaign will bring.
You never know. Oh yes, this isn't just it, folks. The campaign's just started. Associate producer, of course, we had 7 associate producers last time. We put up 15 this time because they sold out. That was a very popular perk. Already 4 are gone today. 4 have been picked up today. Amazing.
Wow. And thank you to those. Yeah.
Thank you. Absolutely amazing. And then, of course, the executive producer perk, which is, let's go down. Hang on to this one here first. The Bee in the Movie, that sold out fast. There was
that did.
5 available. 5 sold out. People have been asking, are there going to be any more? Is there a chance for me to be in the movie? It's day one, folks. It's day one. It's day one. Maybe. You don't know. I don't know. We'll see. And then the executive producer perk, of course, is the total package. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything, but it also includes a Zoom call with the directors before production, virtual Zoom tour of the set during production, view and provide feedback on the first cut of the film. So we're talking like picture lock cut with no, maybe with like temp audio and the audio maybe is not fully mixed or whatever. You could have an opportunity to see a very early cut of the film and provide feedback on maybe what you think.
Which I think is super cool, Dave.
I think so too.
Because most you never get the opportunity as a fan to weigh in on a film, especially when you get to contribute to it or just at any point, right?
That's right.
It's a real special opportunity, and you'll get to have a full tour virtually, a virtual tour of the set. Of course, it's live because it's a Zoom call,
Yeah.
so it'll be, live in real
We did
time,
that
and
last time
get to
with,
meet everybody.
yeah, we did
Yeah,
that last time. And I think the call lasted 45 minutes, maybe. It was almost an hour. Because I
yeah,
was taking Nightly through the whole house and meeting everybody. And yeah, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, yeah,
So that's in there as well. A executive producer, It's Me Billy Chapter 2 t-shirt. So exclusive just for the executive producers. And any future surprise perk that will be added throughout the campaign. So whenever there is because again, this is just day one, folks. This is day one. These are the perks we're starting with, but there's always surprise perks that come in throughout
yep,
the campaign. So if you are an executive producer and you picked up the executive producer perk before those perks were added, don't worry, you will get them too. You will get
yeah,
them as well. Even though you've
yeah,
already picked it up, don't worry, you will get them as well because you picked up the total package. And those surprise perks are part of that. So yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that being the film sold out, absolutely incredible. So that's what we're
yeah.
looking at to start. And like I said, it's just day one, and we'll see what happens throughout the campaign.
Yeah. Well,
So
we can just say that there's definitely some great ideas that we've got, and some really cool, fun stuff that I think you're all really you're going to enjoy, and
that's
you'll
right.
get excited about. I think, yeah, yeah, we've worked
Absolutely.
hard to line
Absolutely.
some stuff up. Yeah,
I could not agree more. It's exciting. It's exciting to be able to step back into this world, and especially with Lynn and Olivia and I was going to say Sam and Victoria and and Brian and Carol. I mean, everybody. It's a great team, and I'm just excited to step back into that world. When we went back up to the house in February for a location scout, because we had to go up and look at sort of the lay of the land
yeah,
to make sure we could do what we wanted to do. I felt, which makes total sense. I'm not saying anything that doesn't make any sense, but I felt so comfortable being in there. It just felt like being home. It
yeah,
felt kind
yeah,
of weird, but it felt like being home. I think
yeah,
yeah, I'm very excited to step into this chapter
yeah.
for sure.
And and I think Dave might have mentioned it. Tell me if you've mentioned this already, Dave. But
Yeah.
when we shot the video for the Indiegogo campaign,
Mm.
again, we were there live on location. Big shout out to John and his family
Yes.
for having us out there that day. It was great to go back to the original location. We filmed same stairs, same space where we shot the first movie and where we plan to shoot the second movie.
That's right.
Because again, we wanted to have that continuity, just keep that flavor, that vibe going, just to get everybody excited and just return to the origins of the first story.
For sure.
Um,
For sure.
we love it. I can't say it enough that, and I know Dave, you'll agree with me that, um, we really come to this with the passion for filmmaking. We come to it with the passion to tell a great story, to imagine, to be creative. We really are in this as filmmakers for the craft of filmmaking, and to bring our artistry to it,
Yeah.
and bring that filmmaking prowess, and have fun with it and enjoy it. It's we have such a respect for the medium, and there's so much that you can do with it. And as I've said to Dave so many times, as many of you probably know, and if you don't, I'm a visual artist as well, outside of filmmaking, and I've exhibited in group shows, and post my art and stuff like that from time to time. And out of any of the arts, any of the artistic disciplines, film, in my opinion, film, and I would say theater as well, film and theater,
Yeah.
are probably the two that combine all of the arts, or have the potential to combine all of the arts into one project.
Yeah.
And that's quite a powerful thing.
Even
And but
voiceover.
to yeah, Yeah, and to navigate that, it's a very complex task to make a movie. I would encourage any of you, if you have just like a small inclination and just a love for movies, just take your cell phone and go shoot something this weekend, or just try to like think of a simple like one sentence story for yourself, and just go capture some shots and then try to edit that together, and it'll really give you a taste, and then amplify that to try to produce something on a professional level. And I think you'd really very quickly start to develop that appreciation for the complexities, what goes into the planning and the development, and you really start to understand why it takes the time that it takes
Yeah.
to create something, especially of a professional level.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that excites us. That's the stuff
Yeah.
that gets us up in the morning.
Well,
So
and
it's super cool.
again, I mean, this is, in the purest sense of the word, It's Me, Billy Chapter 1 and It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. In the purest sense of the word, these films are truly, it's not hyperbole, truly a labor of love.
Yeah.
Because, again,
Yeah.
they're not for commercial distribution. Not that we're, I mean, who knows what'll happen down the road. But as of right now, they are fan films and not for profit. And so, it really is for the love of the game, and to give something back to the Black Christmas fans, and to horror fans, and it really is from the fans for the fans. And again, that doesn't mean you'll agree with every creative decision we make. There's no guarantees in art, but that is truly where it comes from. And that excites us. It excites us to be able to play in that world and to deliver something with authenticity and credibility. Like I've said, I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yes, it's a fan film, but it's a fan film in name only, obviously, because we don't own the intellectual property. But we are going about it as we would any other film. Because that's how seriously we take the craft. And we want to be able to deliver something that has that authenticity so people can watch it and go, oh, okay, all right, okay, this is great. That's important to us, and if we can't deliver that again, then we just don't want to make the movie. We have to be able to deliver that same level of professionalism through and through. That's important to us. It's important just to the piece and being able to just have that what am I trying to say? Just be able to present something that is respectful. You know what I mean? That is that you watch and clearly a labor of love was put into this, and that's important to us. So we're very excited about Chapter 2 and to be able to deliver this. And again, shout out and thank you so much to Bloody Disgusting, John Squires, Freddy in Space, I think is his Twitter handle. I love that Twitter handle. It's great. Shout out to John for picking up the press release this morning. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Any help that we can, because, we're not Freddy, we're not Jason, we need all the help that we can get. So we really appreciate that very much. And shout out to Collider as well, that picked up the story earlier today. We really, really appreciate it a lot. But yeah, this is, for us, we just want to do right to horror fans, Black Christmas fans, everybody involved and ourselves, and deliver the epic conclusion.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That's what it's all about.
Make this happen.
Okay, should we take some of those super chats that came in?
Yeah, let's do it. All right,
let me go over to the super chats here. Okay, Cody Snyder sends in $10 and says, let's rock this joint. Jess is back, baby. A bunch of emojis. One of my great moderators, of course, Cody. Yes, Cody. She's back. Jess Bradford is back. Olivia Hussey is back as Jess Bradford. Cody follows up with another $5, says, that's right. I'm kicking this off with super chats. We need those Billy bucks. My demented dudes and ghouly gals.
Billy bucks. I remember that from the Billy-a-thon last time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need all the Billy bucks we can get, folks. All the Billy bucks we can get. The boogeyman is coming. The boogeyman is coming. I got to say it like that because that's how I hear it in my head. That's how you know I'm a Halloween fan. Sends in $4.99 and says, please go hard into the paint on how you were able to land Olivia. Amazing job, you and Bruce. I've been saving for the campaign. Best of luck. Well, thank you. The boogeyman is coming.
Thank you.
We did talk about the Olivia thing earlier in the stream. Again, there's a lot of details that Bruce and I can't talk about right now, but just that we worked very hard to, worked very hard with her manager Tony to present something that was, exciting and attractive
And professional.
and professional and professional. That's right, exciting, attractive, and professional. So she knows that she's going to be. Her and her husband, David, will be well taken care of. And she said yes. And we are just, even me just saying that now, I'm like, am I dreaming right now? Am I still asleep? I'm going to wake up in a second or whatever. It's absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. Josh McKenna sends in $9.99. Thank you, Josh. And says, I can't stay. I have to watch the show later. But 2 questions. 1, does Olivia Hussey make It's Me, Billy canon? And 2, do you think it's important to appreciate crew on set? What are ways to show your appreciation? Well, I'll take the first part and then Bruce can take the second part. How about that?
Sure.
So the first question is, does Olivia Hussey make It's Me, Billy canon? The short answer is no, it doesn't. There's a stronger illusion that is created, obviously, for fans because it's the original actor returning to reprise her role, but it's no different than Tom Matthews in Never Hike Alone 2, or Never Hike Alone, or Miko Hughes in Dylan's New Nightmare. Those movies are not officially canon, but it does offer an incredible level of authenticity and credibility to the project. And when those projects are shot professionally with professional, crew and actors and equipment, and you deliver a professional product, that just helps to, it just helps that authenticity even more. But technically the answer would be no. And Bruce, do you think it's important to appreciate crew on set? What are ways to show your appreciation?
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to show appreciation to the crew on set, 100%. And that's one of the things that, Dave and I talk about a lot, behind the scenes, is how we treat the people that we work with. And, it's not lost on us the amount of hard work that goes into everybody involved. And if any of you have ever worked on a film set, regardless of it being an amateur shoot to a professional shoot, anything in between, the crew works extremely hard.
Yeah.
And of course, so do the performers. There's something about, with the crew, they really become the backbone, in my opinion, in many ways, that keeps your project moving forward. They are the ones working hard. They're the ones sometimes working in the trenches, working through all different kinds of weather conditions. They do the work that is not glorious, but makes all the difference and makes it what it is when you look through the viewfinder of the camera. They're the ones setting up the lights. They're the ones setting up, the camera support systems, to your dolly track, to rigging things, to whatever it is. And they're very hardworking, very dedicated people. So, ways in which we show that respect, first off, is just that acknowledgement is a great place to start.
Yep.
And then making sure that they're properly and well fed, making sure that they've got, a comfortable place to sleep at night. Especially in situations like this where we're shooting on location, out of town, that we take care of them with all of those important needs, because that's something that a lot of people don't think about. Like, the money that you're contributing to this campaign,
That's right,
is going to afford, to pay for those hotels for those folks, to be able to bring them out, of course, pay them for their time. All of that is, and so much more that I haven't even mentioned. Like, it's a laundry list long of stuff that
yeah.
that your money goes toward.
Yep.
And 100% of everything goes into the making of this movie.
Yep.
Like, Dave and I don't take a cut, not at all, not in any way, shape, or
Zero.
form, not at any point, not ever. We do this 100% for free.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
So everything that you're contributing, it goes into the production 100%.
Yeah.
And it's just knowing the last piece that I'll finish with, and I'm sorry for going on so long.
That's
but
okay, Bruce.
it's
They're used
important
to
to
it.
me,
Trust me.
No, but it's a really great question.
It
right?
is a great
Because
question.
some people use and abuse their crews, and you can't do that.
No, you
They're
can't.
people, right? Without them, you can't make your movie. So you got to take care of their needs. You got to make sure that they are respected, and it goes down to being organized. It goes down to, you have that morning meeting at the top of your day to say, this is what's on schedule for today. This is what we're going to be covering. This is how many setups we've got,
Yep.
just giving that leadership, that organization to communicating properly, making them feel safe. When you're making a movie and you're making a movie at this level, you are the leader. As a producer, you're in charge. You are an employer. Like, it's real like that.
Yeah.
And that shit's exciting to us.
Yeah.
That's what we signed up for. And hopefully one day we can get paid to do that.
That's right. That's
but
right.
For now, this is what it is. But hey, man, there's so many different ways to start in this industry.
But that's what,
choice.
but see, that's what's so amazing too, is that we are going about this as if we are. Like, we are handling, that's why chapter 1 and that's why chapter 2 will have that authenticity and the production value and the professionalism, is because we are taking it that seriously, and trying to operate on that level to the best of our abilities. But Bruce is right. You have to treat, your crew is the blood, man, and the last thing you want is, anybody on the crew to be, feeling like they're not appreciated or not valued in their role and in their job. I don't care if you're a PA that's just running to Walmart to pick up batteries. That's incredibly important. Yep. Because if we don't have those batteries, we obviously need those batteries for some reason, right? And that is one of the most important jobs on the set. Who's going to run to Walmart and get more water? Well, that's really important. So I don't care if you're the PA or right up to, Greg. Everybody is treated with dignity and respect, because making movies is I know this sounds like an overused cliche and it's all, kumbaya here, but that's how we operated the chapter 1 set. And because, if your crew feels respected and valued and appreciated, they're going to want to work hard for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? If they feel disrespected, underappreciated, undervalued, they're going to be dragging their asses. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So, great points, Bruce. Okay, let me see here. Andrew Stevens sends in a very generous super chat of $20. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate that. Says 139 voices are heard. Add your number to the backers IMDb too. Let's do it. What are we up to now? We were at 139 when you sent in that super chat. We're now at 150 backers, 18,000. Wow, 18,922. We are closing in on 19,000 Canadian dollars in day 1. Can we get to 20? I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it. Right. I don't want to push it. I'm just saying that would be knuck and futz. But anyway, thank you, Andrew.
That's pretty amazing still.
But still, $19,000.
Goal achieved. Yeah.
Day 1.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sincerely. We're at 15% of our goal already. 85% more to go. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Josh McKenna sends in $4.99 and says, one more thing, Dave. How can you not like pineapple on pizza, Bruce? Yeah, Bruce, what's the dealio here with you and the pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple. I guess I'll never live that down.
Okay. Do you know what the real test is going to be? Do you know what the real test is going to be?
What's that?
The real test is going to be this fall when we ask Olivia Hussey, pineapple on pizza, or it's true. We're gonna say, Olivia, you need to be the tiebreaker here. Okay, what is there, pineapple on pizza or is there not pineapple on pizza? I have a feeling she might say no because she grew up in Europe, and I don't think I don't think that's a very European way to eat pizza. I think that's more of an American way to eat pizza. So she might be on your side. I don't know, but
I don't know.
it's worth an ask. It's worth an ask. We have to ask you something very serious here, Olivia.
Yeah.
Pineapple on
Listen,
pizza or not?
Yeah. If it's the only thing available, I'll eat it. I will eat it. If it's the only thing
Okay.
available, okay, I'm not going to starve myself.
No, you don't eat it. You just
I don't
starve.
eat
No, hey Bruce, you could pick them off. No, it's ruined. It's ruined.
Right. I never thought it. Right. You think I would think of that? You just take the pineapple off, Bruce.
Yeah. No, it's ruined. I can still taste the essence.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's perfectly fine. That's fair. That's perfectly fine. Let me see here. Chris sends in $5. Thank you, Chris. Says, Dave, Bruce, what toppings and crust would make up your ideal pizza? Well, me, just regular crust, I guess, and maybe a meat lover's pizza, like ham and bacon and sausage or something.
Kind of like a meat lovers?
Yeah.
Similar to that?
Yeah. Maybe something like that.
Okay.
And dipping sauce, you dip it in like some sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of dipping sauce do you like? What's your favorite?
I don't know. What kind of ranch?
Do you like the ranch?
Yeah, maybe a ranch.
Sometimes
or
they
like
have the spicy.
Ooh, yeah, something spicy maybe.
Spicy chipotle or something maybe?
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah, right.
Now you're talking.
I think for me, thin crust.
Mm.
I love.
You're a thin crust guy.
Yeah, thin crust, a little bit of extra cheese, some feta cheese, bacon, and banana peppers.
Ooh, I love feta cheese.
Yeah, because like you get the salty with the feta cheese, and then you get the sweet flavor with the banana peppers, and just a little bit of kick in terms of spice from the banana peppers. So you get that sweet salty mix, and then the cheese, and it's just it's great.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
one of my favorites.
Cool. Let me see here.
I feel like we should be doing endorsements.
We should. If any pizza company wants to, Matthew Farisi sends in $4.99 and says, "So proud of you guys. What an achievement. Thank you, Matthew. Really appreciate that very much." Andy E sends in €5 and says, "Hey guys, congrats on the great start of the campaign. Dave, all the years your content cheered me up during dark times. Thank you. Love from
awesome.
Germany." Well, thank you, Andy. I really appreciate that. I'm glad my crazy antics and theatrics made you smile. That's awesome. That's awesome. Then that's it. It's worth it then, in the end, right?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's awesome.
Chris sends in $5 and says, "Hey Dave, if and when Chapter 2 ends up being a bigger success than Chapter 1, have you and Bruce considered extending the story to a Chapter 3? No, we have not considered extending the story to a Chapter 3. I think Chapter 2, I think we've wrapped it up nicely. Bruce and I want to go off and we have some ideas for non-fan films, obviously, original content, truly original. We have this great idea.
Lots of ideas.
Yeah, we have this great idea right now for a horror movie. It's a feature-length film. It's not a slasher movie. It's more of a psychological, supernatural kind of thing. But it's we're really excited about it. We did speak with a studio last year about it, and they really liked it, but they had notes. So we were, that's still very active. It's just kind of on the side while we complete Chapter 2, and we'll see what happens with that. But no, we want to go off and do original work. Next.
Yeah. I think if we were ever to do anything Black Christmas, well, then it would have to be, we actually have the rights. There's a studio backing it, and we're able to, shoot the official sequel or something.
Or they just take what we've shot and made it official. They can do that too if they want. They can do that too if they want. I'd be open to that. Let me see here. Nightly Gaimo, one of our great executive producers from It's Me Billy Chapter 1. Nightly sends in $9.99. Thank you, Nightly, and says, "Congratulations on the launch and all the announcements. Hope you're all doing well. Time for Billy to blow up. Patent pending. Let's make it happen, McCrazies." That's right, Nightly. Let's make it happen, folks. Let's make it happen.
Love it.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Knightley.
Yeah, thanks, man. Oliver Mercer sends in £5. Hey, Oliver. Great to see you. Says, it was Victoria's birthday the other day. Bless her. It was her birthday the other day.
Happy belated.
Yes, it was also my Nana's birthday, 91. Will you and Bruce have a teaching workshop? You mean like the filmmaking thing? Maybe if there's demand for it, that might be a surprise perk that gets added back in, a filmmaking 101, like how we have the voiceover 101 up there now. It's possible.
Yeah. If there's interest from everyone, we will definitely offer it. We just need enough interest, really.
That's it.
So, yeah, stay tuned.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'd be happy to do something like that.
And yes, it was Victoria's birthday the other day. I wish I sent her a text, wished her happy birthday. She's was out and having birthday dinner with her family. So yeah. Happy birthday, Victoria.
Yes, happy birthday.
Let me see here. Cody the Zombie sends in $1.90. Am I getting that right? Cody the Zombie sends in $1.99, says, if I buy a poster, will you autograph it, Dave? Well, sure. I don't want to, I'd rather, yes. The short answer is yes. I'd be more than happy to do that. I just don't want all the floodgates to open up and then have all these posts I have to. We are looking into autographed posters, okay? Signed posters. That is one of the perks that might be coming soon. There's a couple of things we have to get organized first before that can become a reality. So maybe you want to save and wait till that or whatever, or, if not, and you buy a poster, reach out to me privately through one of my socials or whatever, and I can get it taken care of for you. Cool. Geek Muscle sends in $2 and says, just donated. The hype is real. Let's go. It is real, man.
Love it.
It is real.
Love it.
Cody Snyder, $5 says, I'm just stoked to finally have Bruce back. Big Bruce fan here.
Oh, wow.
He's a big Bruce fan. He is.
Oh, thank you.
Cody's your number one fan. Love seeing the Canadian mega powers reunited on the channel. It's me, Cody.
Love it.
Cody is.
Thanks for the love, man.
Yeah,
love.
He's a truck driver who drives your long haul, I think, because you're always driving across the country. So every time I talk to him, he's like, I'm here now. Nope, now I'm here. Nope, now I'm here. And I'm like, wow, what a
cool.
Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The company that I work for, my day job, we deal a lot with transportation, and because I manage the education and training department, and we got to deal with transportation to dangerous goods certifications to when we introduce new products into our inventory, and looking at what are the safety standards, what are the things we have to consider, safety considerations, but the transportation of those products, and one of the things that we're starting to look into is driver training and whatnot, and our parent company is very big on that safety, transportation safety and compliance. Like it's
important.
It's
I mean,
deal. Yeah, it's huge.
It's the film industry,
really
right? So it's important.
Yeah,
it's very important.
Yeah, film, construction,
yeah,
all of it. So very familiar. So much respect, man. Much respect.
Okay, I think I've got all the super chats, if I'm not mistaken. People, it's me, Billy ends. It's me, Billy kills. That's what we should have called it. It's me, Billy ends.
It's me, Billy ends.
And then Billy's hardly in it. And it's some other guy named Corey, who's takes over, and Billy's just hardly he's hardly in it. Like Halloween Ends, how it was, hardly Michael Myers, and it was this other guy.
Right.
That's the way it should be. For sure.
That's perfect.
That's it.
We're going to rewrite the script right after this, everybody.
That's exactly it. Reese Wilson sends in $14.99 Australian dollars. Thank you very much, Reese. Says, for the Hawaii Slush Fund, congrats on the successful campaign launch. We'll be donating soon. Thank you, Reese. Really appreciate that. Reese was a big donor for Chapter 1, so really appreciate that, Reese. Thank you very, very much. Whatever you want to do. But I know that you contributed heavily the first time around, so really appreciate that. We just are glad to have your support back in any capacity you see fit.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me see here. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave and Bruce, looking forward to It's Me Billy Chapter 2. Cheers to you guys. You will hit a home run. We hope so.
Awesome. Thank you.
We hope so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to refresh the page there, Dave? Are you able to do that?
We'll see. Let's see here where we're at.
And again, thank you, everevery. Like, this has been super generous.
We're at just 19,361. 16%.
Wow.
Incredible. Incredible. This community is incredible. Like, I mean, and this is what's so, like, okay, so there's something that you were saying earlier, which is totally true. And this is like, it sounds cliche, and I've said it on my own shows. It sounds, well, this is my own show, but I mean in shows that you're not on. it sounds cliche, and it sounds, I can understand why maybe to the average person it sounds a little cliche, a little hyperbolic, a little kind of kumbaya, okay, whatever, but it actually is true. We literally can't do it without you. Like that's actually the truth. I mean, the fans in this case are like, they are the ones that, I mean, it's totally fan driven, 100%. And that's the incredible thing about it as well, is that you are giving us an opportunity to be able to give you guys something. It's like it's an interesting relationship, right? Like, we build it, we write the script, we build the campaign, we work so hard behind the scenes to get certain actors and do all this and do that. And then there's the campaign, and now we hand it off to you. You know what I mean? And now you guys got to work hard and get in there and get the campaign, and then we reach our goal, and you're like, okay, well, we donated. Now you hand it back to us, and now the ball's been handed back to us, and then now we go, all right, now we go and we work hard and we get all the gear and we go up to we make the movie, and then you know what I mean? It's like this. It's like a it's like those races where you're on the track and you got the baton in your hand, and you're running, and then you pass it, or no, you pass it to the person in front of you, and then the person takes it, continues around the track or whatever. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's totally fan driven, and it's just such a surreal like to see almost 20,000 Canadian dollars, over 16% on day one is mind-blowing. Now listen, it is not lost on me that Olivia Hussey has something to do with this. Okay, I mean, obviously, fair enough. But it's so cool to see that support.
Yeah, like I don't know how to put it. It's like I'm very humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very, very humbled by the idea that all of you are believing in us and our ability to create this.
Yes.
And to trust in us to create something that you will enjoy for years to come.
Yeah.
It's an investment, and to know that you're a part of it, like I'm trying to see it from your point of view, because I've donated to some campaigns,
same,
some film projects through Indiegogo,
same.
So I know what it's like from your point of view as well, because I've done that, and it's cool. It's very cool to be on that ride for me as a fan. I donated to Dylan's new Nightmare. I hope that's okay that I disclose that.
Bruce
and
Bruce
and Never Hike Alone,
Bruce!
and a couple of others.
But Bruce, no, it's fine.
Even donating my time, like working on some other smaller shoots.
Yeah,
it's cool to have that vested interest in a piece, in a project, and to know that you're a part of it. And I know certainly for myself, I think of, how do I put this succinctly? That with the crew and the cast, we embark on that journey with them as well, and they have a vested interest, and we try our best to be as collaborative as possible through the process, while also balancing that against making important decisions that are necessary for a director or producer to make,
We're
and
staying
to
true to
steer the
our
ship.
vision. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Having the vision, you steer the ship, you stay true to it, and again, you give that organization. You provide that leadership that is truly required when producing any kind of production. But then, as a fan, I see you all as walking that journey with us and getting to
Yes.
partake in the excitement with us. And like when we go to camera, you know, posting photos of what's happening on set, so that ways that we can try to help you feel included
That's it.
and included throughout the process. That's why we give you updates on what's going on,
That's
and
it.
show you storyboard images that we're creating,
Yeah.
concept art that we're creating, and whatever. And I just want to say on a side note that any concept art that I create or storyboard work that I create, I'm the one creating it. I don't use AI to
Oh,
generate any
yes.
of my art.
That is true. That is
My
true.
shit is 100% human authentic made.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just remember that.
It's
And
BI, Bruce Intelligence.
there you go. There you go. Yeah. So I just take a lot of joy in like sincerely just creating and sharing that. Dave knows, like, we're both artists from jump, like since we were kids,
Hmm.
and it's just cool to be able to have a platform to explore that in a more public way and share that experience with all of you. Like, and I really mean it. Like, it's very sincere. It's just, it's super cool, and I don't know how else to express it.
Well,
So
it
anyway,
is. It's it again. It's by the fans for the fans,
yeah.
and and look again. I know it's not it's not official, but we are we are in the midst. We are in the process of creating, Black Christmas history, and it's that's really exciting. That's really exciting. For us. Again, that doesn't mean everybody's going to agree with everything, you do, every creative decision you make. That's just art. And we don't go into this trying to please everybody. We go into this with a vision, a story that we're passionate about, a story that we like,
Hmm.
a story that we want to tell, and then you present that and you let the chips fall where they may. And as I've said,
Yeah.
I've said on this channel, I've said to you, I think, and I think seeing chapter 2 will also help people to appreciate chapter 1 more now, because they have that context. You know what I mean? I mean, for those that maybe, I don't know, maybe didn't like it, or it didn't like the way it ended. You go, oh, that's it. What? That's it. You can't just end it there. I think now with that extra, obviously with the context of what happens, and you see it sort of, you see the bigger picture. You see it all as one. I have no doubt that will help to help those that maybe were lukewarm on how chapter 1 ended, help to appreciate it more. It was totally intentional. We didn't just end it like that because we thought, I don't know what happens here. I don't know. Let's just roll credits. It had
Yeah.
nothing to do with that at all. It was let's end it here, in hopes that we can do the next one. We were confident that we were going to. We just didn't know who was going to be Grandma. And now we do know. And so, but yeah, I mean, it's unreal how the fans, I mean, Jesus Christ. Let me just refresh this here again. I just want to see, we're still sitting at it. Yeah, 19,361. Incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
And with 60 days left.
Yeah, this
So.
is a tremendous start for day one. It's just day one.
Just day one.
I'm blown away.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I admit I wasn't expecting this. I just wasn't.
No,
And,
I was
very thankful.
I was expecting, I thought we'd be maybe in and around, I thought we'd be under 10,000, but I thought because of Olivia, we'd probably be like, maybe 9,000, something like that. But 19,000 is just absolutely tremendous, and so yeah, we appreciate all the love and all the support, and again, we really want to show you how this ends. It's very exciting. I wish we could tell you So many things we can't tell you.
We'll be able to tell you in time.
That's right.
You understand why.
That's right. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. A super chat, a very generous super chat comes in from Arthur Vega. Thank you, Arthur. Sends in $20. Thank you very much. And says, hey, Dave and Bruce, I hope you guys in the chat have a good one. I'd stick around, but I have to return some videotapes. Return some videotapes? You mean to Blockbuster?
Cool.
Are you from the past, Arthur? Is it 1996 where you are?
That would be cool.
That'd be creepy.
You know, I loved. Can I just share a story?
Absolutely.
A very brief story.
Story
so
time with
I
Bruce
loved-
Dale, folks. Story time with Bruce Dale.
We're gonna write a jingle, and there's gonna be some music to go with. Anyway, I loved the experience of going to the videotape store.
Yeah.
And
the videotape store. You know, you could have just said video store, Bruce.
Video store. Yeah, but let's face it, they were videotapes.
I know, but nobody says the videotape
right?
store.
I
It's
know.
so formal.
You know, if I'm gonna date myself, let's just
Videotape
anyway,
store.
So I loved going, and it was obnoxious, the quantity of the same movie that was up on the shelves. But that's not the point of my story. The point was, so I was trying to get my boys amped up. I have two sons, right? I was trying to get them all amped up about.
So how long ago
Tron.
was this?
So this was like, they must have been, I don't know, maybe 7 and 9.
Okay, so this is a long
like
time
that.
ago.
Yeah. They're a couple of years apart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm guessing the age. I might be wrong. I don't know.
All right.
But they were young. They were little guys.
Yeah.
So, you know, we went to Blockbuster at the time. There's a Blockbuster.
The videotape
not too
store.
far of a drive. Yeah. That's going to be the title of a film that we do one day. And you all heard it here first. So anyway, I picked up a copy of the very first Tron.
Right.
Okay. Because at the time, so again, this is pre-streaming service, right? And I already owned Tron Legacy on disc. So I was like, okay, I was trying to get them amped up to get them to watch the first one, and then we were going to watch the second one and do like a double bill, right? So, you know, didn't go over well. They were so bored. I remember putting it in. You know, they're little guys.
Well,
right?
and
They're
Tron
like,
was old, so I mean.
Yeah. I'm sitting there watching as the filmmaking guy going, oh, wow. Because like I had read about, you know, how they did the visual effects, and I'm just trying to imagine what it was like and appreciating it from a totally different level. They're like, you know, like within minutes they're walking away. And then I go, you know, so we watch it. I watch it all the way through. I think my youngest fell asleep, and my other one went off to play video games. So then I put on the second one, and they loved the second one.
Well, yeah.
The second one they were
well, yeah, because the production value and the energy and the editing, it's modern. That's right.
But can I just tell you the difference of going from the first Tron to then watching the second one right after? Oh my God. Like it was, I understood why people, you know, like it was kind of breathtaking in a way to see that back to back.
Yeah.
And so, like this quantum leap of technology and the visual aesthetic, just like all of it. It was super cool. Clearly I'm a fan, as you can tell.
Yes.
But anyway, it was just fun for me. Just, you know, a great memory of going to the video store.
I remember when you were over at my place for Easter dinner. This is like, I don't know, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And you were over with the boys, and they were young, like, you know, 6 and 7 or something like that. And you wanted to entertain them while the adults, you know, talked. So you said, can I put a movie on for the boy? I was like, sure. What do you put? And I'm like, hey, dude, you know, have your kids seen the Goonies? And like, they're swearing in it. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. We were watching at that age. And like, yeah. So anyway, so you put it on. Maybe they're a bit older. Maybe they're like 9 and 7 or 10 and 8 or something. But anyway, so you put it on, and we're all like, kids, you're going to watch the Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
The Goonies. Whoa, yeah, the Goonies. You put it on, they thought it was the most boring piece of shit they'd ever seen in their life. They're sitting there watching this, and they're like, this is so boring. But I realized what it is that, yeah, it because they're watching a movie from 1985. It would be like us in the 80s watching a movie from the 50s. You know,
yeah,
like,
I was just going to say,
so
right?
it's just,
and it makes sense.
It totally makes sense. But I had one of those like moments where it's like, no, you don't understand. This is amazing.
Say to us, right?
Yes.
And so you get it's different when you get it. You're on the other side of the fence.
Right.
Now.
That's it.
Now you have both experiences, and you're like, oh yeah, I get it.
That's it. It's like, oh, okay. I understand.
Well,
that sucks. That sucks. Super chat from Liam Major sends in $1.99. Thank you, Liam, and says, round 2. Let's do this. Yes. Let's do this, folks. Let's do this. Round 2. Chris Snyder. Hey, Chris, what's going on, my man? Chris Snyder sends in $5. Thank you, Chris, and says, congratulations on the Indiegogo launch. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for Chapter 2 and stoked to see Olivia and Lynn back. Good luck. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see Lynn and Olivia reunite. As people. Not as actors. They do have screen time. I will say that. But I'm talking about the actual... people who haven't seen each other in years, I think is going to be kind of cool to see. Yeah, for sure. Let me see here. If you see anything in the chat, Bruce, anything you want to answer, anything find, by all means, like,
did you already mention,
wait, CM, hang on.
Did you already mention Liam Major?
I did. CM says, did I get your super chat? Hang on. I think I saw it, but I did miss it. CM says, $4.99. Thank you very much. Says, congrats, Dave and Bruce, on the great start to the campaign. Excited to be a part of this one again. Yes. Great to have you a part of this one, my man. Thank you so much for coming out. Really appreciate that very, very much. And then Arthur Vega, Chris, and Liam. Yes, I've got all the super chats. But if you see anything else in the chat room, any by all means, feel free to
Well, I have a question for you, Dave. What's obviously without revealing anything, of course, or maybe even I'll position it this way.
Okay.
Thinking back to Chapter 1.
Yep.
And filming on set.
Yep.
Why don't we start there? What was one of your favorite moments as a director? Being able to direct the team that we had.
It's such a good question. There's so many good moments.
Was there a moment in particular that you feel like you had the most fun and like, got into it the most? Like, we kind of got into all of it, but
Yeah, we did. It's like, it's not hyperbole to say like everything was great. Yeah, that's actually true. And it was because we were not just because, but one of the reasons why it was a smooth production. There's a number of reasons. Obviously, it's essentially it's one location. So, the setup time and the tear down is virtually, or you can leave things set up while you go to bed and come back. You know what I mean? So shooting in one location definitely helped the stress levels. You know what I mean? I'd be remiss if I didn't say that was a factor, but being able to just, be so prepared and working with the amazing crew and the cast. But I would say that I think the dining room scene was a favorite of mine because and that jib shot on track, across the table, pushing in on Sam as she begins to tell her story, I think is one of my favorite moments in the movie. It was one of my favorite scenes to shoot, just because of the cinematic language that we were creating in the scene, and the symbolism, through the use of camera movement and all that kind of stuff. I love the shot too when we were, and these are things that either the audience notices and picks up on, or they don't. It's there to be picked up on if you pick up on it, but it doesn't matter if you don't. But like when we tracked right to left on the Dana Dolly when Sam was walking into the living room and approaching the tree. And then of course, we slide sort of past the phone, right? You see the phone there. And I remember talking with you and Greg about that scene and saying that when we reverse it later in the, I guess we didn't shoot I think the nighttime scene in the dining room was a couple of days later. But when we reverse it, and now we're tracking from left to right on the Dana Dolly, where we land, you know, and we're looking at the back of Victoria and Emma and Malika, Emma and Justine on, you know, either side. The dining room is lit. It's all kind of dark in the living room. Where the camera lands is the same height and the same position where the phone is on the table. So, you know, I remember having conversations with you saying, I want to land, you know, do our best to land kind of in this area. And I want to linger on this shot for a bit because it's, you know, it's almost like it's Billy watching them. Now, obviously he's not literally there. He's up in the attic, but because the phone is the symbol of Billy, it's that, you know, you see that rotary phone, that's who you think of. Right. And so when the camera slides from left to right and we just kind of settle and now we're watching and they're talking and they're giggling about, you know, guys and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, why are we still, it's very, there's this voyeur sort of kind of creepy thing. Right. The whole dining room, that whole thing was a lot of fun to shoot because how we were building the symbolism around it. And then of course, you know, when we push in on Sam, it's almost as if we're the fourth girl at the end of the table, right? You know, the fourth friend leaning in and listening to Sam. You know, we're as she's telling her story, she's drawing us in, and we're moving in on her. You know what I mean? So that whole just the whole creation around that scene, I think, was a lot of fun to do. That was definitely one of my favorites. What about you?
Yeah, that was that was definitely a highlight for me too. I'm just trying to think. Like there was, I enjoyed. I don't know, like from purely dramatic, moment. I enjoyed the porch scene, like just
Yeah, it's a great scene.
directing with you with the actors,
Yeah.
and really trying to draw out, Sam's emotional state,
Yes,
because it's tough with exposition sometimes, because it just comes across as exposition.
that's right.
But you want to try to be artful about it, and sometimes you can have there's a lot of telling sometimes in certain moments, but if the performance is there to really sell it and it's emotionally motivated,
That's right.
then it doesn't play like exposition so much. It plays like someone recalling and reliving their experience and then sharing that with you. um, and again, working with Victoria and Shelby through that, and even the scene before with Malika before they enter into the house, like it was, I don't know,
I agree with
and I
you.
think,
Sorry.
yeah, I was just gonna say, and then I would say one of my favorite technical setups was were the two hallway shots during the day
Oh,
with the
during the
jib.
day. That. Okay. I thought you meant the oneer,
Well,
but yeah.
yeah, no, that too. Yeah, well, yeah, right. It's really hard for me to narrow it down, but just like the technical setup that went into, building that jib in the hallway,
Yeah.
pushing in on the girls as they walk into the house. We had that other shot where we're following them up the stairs, getting that great lens flare from the sun
Yes.
coming through the window. Like there were some really great cinematic moments. And again, kudos to Greg and Nikita, our gaffer, for and Nas, our key grip, because the three of them really had to collaborate on that, from lighting to camera movement, setting things up, um, and just to frame it right, get it all there. It was
Well,
yeah,
when you have an
a lot of
opportunity,
fun.
and when you have an opportunity to shoot in a house like that, you want to be able to showcase the house as well. I mean, you can shoot everything on sticks if you want. I mean, we could have shot that whole conversation or that whole piece where, Victoria is saying, I think my grandma started to have doubts. She once told me that we could have had that just fucking on sticks, and it's like, a medium shot of her just how it was before.
Yeah.
We could have just shot that whole thing, but we didn't. You know what I mean? We could have just shot Victoria walking into the living room on sticks, just, pan, whatever. Right. But we really wanted to create, like, you have such an opportunity through camera. And again, you don't just arbitrarily do all this. It has to be planned out, and, your shots have to be planned out. But when you have a house like that, and the kind of movie this is, how you know, what you decide to do with the camera, where you place the camera, what lenses you use, and what kind of camera movement you have creates a mood. It creates an atmosphere. It creates a tone. And you have a house that looks like that. You're on sticks and static shots all the time. You don't get a feel for the environment. You don't get a feel for the mood and the tone that you're setting. And so I agree with you that jib shot, like, you know, we could have just tilted up and watched the girls go up the stairs, but we put that thing on and we had talks about this, about how we wanted it to kind of slide up and go. And we had actually talked about having it. Do you remember this? We had talked about figuring out a way to get the camera into that spot, like the stairs are on the right and the wall's kind of on the left, and you know how there's that open space, to get it up there where we can actually follow them go up, and it almost kind of like it kind of like you follow them all the way,
track them all the way up,
track them all the way, and the camera does like a 365, like kind of going all the way around. It was just too logistically.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have been really cool, but we had discussed that, right? We're always thinking like that. Again, not overdoing it. You know, you don't want to overdo it. We're like, okay, guys, being a little self-indulgent here. It has to be, everything's got to be properly motivated in my mind, whether it's conversations, whether it's camera movement, whether it's lens choices, whether it's what's the story you're telling, right? What's the feel you want here? What's the vibe? What's the tone? And that was very important to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. That jib shot with Malika and Shelby walking up the stairs was great, and getting that burst, that sun flare, and you see the dust in the sun flare too, which is so great. Okay, that's just a happy accident, but a lot of fun.
There was a lot of really great moments like that. Just the lighting coming in at nighttime. You had that idea of, I remember when Victoria was just walking through the hallway during the rehearsal, I think it was, or we were just talking, and you were like, whoa, hold on, come back, stand there. And you were like, Bruce, what do you think about the shot?
Yeah,
it was cool. Like you were bang on with that.
It was actually, cool. I think we were shooting, because the first few days were chronological, but then they weren't after that. I think we were shooting Victoria coming down the stairs. Like, I think she was running down I think it was the running scene, like at the very end when she leaves the attic. And I remember, I wanted to we had it in the shot list that we were going to have a shot similar to this. But I remember she kind of hit the bottom of the stairs during that, you know, a couple of those takes. And I just saw the moonlight on her face for a moment. And that's when, and you were about to say, all right, that's lunch or whatever. Cause it was like, I don't know, it was midnight or something, and we were going to break for lunch. And I was like, whoa, wait. Do we have like 5 minutes? And at first you were like, okay, yeah. Okay. What is it? I was like, Victoria, come over here, stand in this, this spot. So she goes to the bottom of the stairs, and I say, now look up at the bay window. And she looks up, and I go over here, and I'm like, look at that shot. I said, you know what I mean? I said, look how she's looking up, and now it became one of the most famous promotional images from the film, when she's looking up and the moonlight is cascading down on her face, and she's what's going to happen? You know what I mean? And when
it was a great discovery, like happy discovery.
For sure. We had a shot that was similar, but that happy accident was a lot better. And sometimes those things happen. And if there's enough time and you're not going to put a wedge into the schedule, sometimes it's worth to pick it up. And there wasn't a lot of extra setup we had to do, because I think the camera was already on sticks anyway. So, and we were already in that spot. Greg just had to kind of shimmy over and, and it was already lit. So, but there's a lot and the oneer. Oh.
Yeah, man, the amount of time and setup, kudos to the crew for that. That was, I think that was about 4.5 hours of setup, something like that.
It was.
Maybe a bit longer. And then I think we did 7 or 8 takes, and it was, I think it took us about, I want to say another couple hours to shoot it. but I might be wrong with that. It was at least an hour, hour and a half to shoot, but it was about 4.5, 5 hours of setup and prep.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
which makes sense because they were lighting. What was it? Like they were lighting three sides of the house,
yeah.
right? They were lighting three sides of the house
Yeah.
and both floors.
That's
So
right.
both floors, three sides of the house, they're lighting it. That takes time. And she went from one end of the house literally to the other end,
Yeah. In one
all in the
take.
same shot. Yeah. So Greg's got to like worry about,
It was
where are those pockets of light and darkness and where do we land and
it's
choreographing
four
the
sides of the
movement of the
house.
camera. Oh, was it? Oh, was it all four? All
Well,
four sides were lit?
because it was, oh, one,
No, you're right. Because,
two,
well, I guess
three.
we didn't go
It
in
was
that
three. It
particular
was
take. We
three.
stopped short at the door, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it was three. It was three.
Because it was after that we lit the doorway
Yeah.
for them to come through.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So it
Yeah.
was three. But no, I mean that was such a logistically that was a challenge. But we knew that if we could achieve it, it would be a great shot. And again, eerie and spooky and traveling through the dark. Like we really wanted it to be. Some people have said, it's very dark. And it's like, yeah, that is the purpose. I mean, that's the. There's sometimes you can have like, Hollywood movie darkness and it's not really dark at all, and
Yeah.
I said to Bruce, I want it. I mean, not like, ridiculously dark, but I said, I want it dark where she's silhouetted a lot of times. So when she goes into the darkness, you don't see her. You can tell the camera's still moving. You can kind of see, but then she comes into the moonlight and then out of the moonlight. And I like that kind of stuff because it gives a real sense of ominous claustrophobia. You just can't, you don't know what's in those dark shadows and, there could be something popping out of the corner or something. I think that it worked well. And shout out to Jacqueline DeBacco, who was our first AC, who, I always say who pulled focus for, in the dark. I mean, the fact that she was able to do that, and the shot is about 2 minutes long and there wasn't a cut.
No, she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Jacqueline.
For sure. And Jacqueline is a big Black Christmas fan, huge Black Christmas fan. So
yeah, we're hoping that, we're going to reach out to all the crew members and see if they're available and interested in working on the project and, take it from there. And, I think, I really hope, I think you'll all really enjoy what we've got in store for the second story. There's a couple of scenes in particular. There's one scene in particular, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I think, Dave, you'll know the one I'm talking about in your mind, that I'm very excited to, work with you in directing. And
can you give me a clue? A very ambiguous clue?
Well, it's a scene with our two villains. It's a scene that contains our villains.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
I think that's okay.
Yeah. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. It's man, like it's again just taking it out of the box, but in a very classy, tasteful way that honors the original IP. But
that's it.
If you're going to make things grow, if you're going to add to it, I think it's a very tasteful choice and scary, frightening.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm excited.
I am too. And it's those dark, it's what's in it will still feel like Black Christmas. So if anybody's out there who's a big Black Christmas fan, you guys it's not going to be a blood, guts and gore bath. It will still honor the integrity of what's come before, but it does get darker. It gets more intense. So, we're very excited about it. A couple super chats came in. Fast Forwards 289 sends in $4.99. Thank you. Says, what's up, Dave and Bruce? Just bought a Blu-ray and a poster today. Really looking forward to seeing the film next year. Really cool that you got the OG Jess. Thank you, Fast Forwards. Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support to the campaign, man. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. And we're still beside ourselves. I mean, I'm beside myself right now. Dave, what are you doing over there? I don't know. What are you doing over there? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And we've got a chat. I think. Tell me if you read this one already from Rosalia.
I have not read that one. No.
Rosalia Zurita.
Yep.
I hope I'm saying that right. Congrats, Bruce and Dave. As an aspiring writer, I always support as much art as I can, especially our beloved Dave. Can't wait to see your opus.
Oh, magnum opus. Whoa. Oh, Mr. Holland's Opus. Have anybody seen Mr. Holland's Opus with Richard Dreyfuss? That's a good movie.
Yeah, it
It's a good
was.
movie.
It was a good movie.
Thank you, Rosalia. Appreciate that very much. Those are very kind words. Thank you. Raymond M sends in $2 and says, "Hey, Bruce, can you persuade Dave to add more gore? It ain't happening. It ain't happening." Wrong movie, Raymond. Wrong movie. Oliver Mercer sends in £5 and says, "Will there?"
Oh my God, on that one.
Yeah, it's just no, it's not happening. It's done.
I don't want to spoil anything.
It's done. It's over. It's over. There's just no convincing. Will there be a perk where you could get a teaching workshop from Greg as well? Maybe. That's something we'd have to. I don't know what the demand would be for that, and it's something we'd have to talk to Greg about. He's a very, very busy guy. So, and I don't know if he's. Just because you do the craft doesn't mean that you teach the craft. So I don't know if it's something that he would want to do or feels like, I'm not sure. But I mean, I'm open to it if he ever wanted to do that. But we just have to talk to him about it, I guess. Again, it's all about demand,
Yeah.
I think I got all those super chats. What are we up to right now? I think we're still sitting at, see here, we're still sitting at, $19,440, 155 backers,
Wow.
16%.
Pretty incredible. Pretty
16%.
incredible indeed. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
When I think of chapter 2 and I think of that moment, when Sam says, "Grandma?" And by the way, I won't talk about it here, but I was thinking about ways to shoot that, which I'll talk to you about off camera.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Grandma. I was thinking of having like a bunch of like dancing pigeons and Grandma. No,
They'll be animated.
Yeah. They'll be. It'll be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah. 100%. No, but
Wallace and Gromit. Yeah.
That's stop motion. So Jess will be stop motion animated. No, but when I think of like that moment, and her going, "Grandma," it has a whole new meaning now, that we were able to secure, or to get, Olivia, and it's just very exciting to be able to, very exciting. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I realize, they are things that I need to talk about with Bruce. But just very excited about those moments.
Yeah.
Well, Yep, go ahead.
Oh, yes. Go ahead. No, you go.
I was just going to say, I was just going to say that we'll be coming up to 2 hours in a few moments, another maybe 10 minutes or so. So I thought maybe we'd go another 10 minutes or so and bring it to 2 hours. I think that's a good stream.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, and I was just going to say, again, really big thank you to everybody that's donated so far and just helping us bring this to fruition. And what an incredible first day. It's
Agreed.
Again, very humbling experience, and thank you for believing in us and our ability to bring this to life.
Yeah.
We promise to have a lot of fun and bring you along with us and have fun together.
For sure.
It's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, no, again, thank you to everybody who has so far. I mean, that's a hell of a day one, that's a hell of a day one. That's insane when you think about it. Let me see.
Yeah, and I think something really good to kind of mention, to everybody, obviously we're going to be focusing the next couple of months on raising the money for the campaign and raising the budget to be able to make the movie. And not just that, but we're also busy in the background, working on a lot of the business elements. I'll say to put those elements in place and make sure that we've got that infrastructure ready to go. So when we can secure all the funding, we'll be poised in a really good position and then move right into that pre-production phase, and, and really jump into that next step of the creative process. So just to kind of give you a sense of, sort of high level what we're working on and
Yes.
how it's all kind of coming
That's
together. Yeah.
actually I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yeah. Just to echo what you said, I agree. The next couple of months will be very campaign focused heavy, obviously, because we need to get this movie greenlit. And if we can get this thing into demand, that would be incredible. That means if we reach our goal before the end of the campaign goes into demand and can continue to raise money then even after the campaign is done. And so that would be amazing to be able to do that for sure. But yeah, these next couple of months, all through May, all through June, will be very campaign focused to secure our production budget. And like Bruce said, we'll be working behind the scenes on a lot of the other producing stuff that has now come to light that we have to tackle in order to make this a reality. So, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see another super chat
Yeah,
here
take it, Bruce. Take it.
um, so from Fast Forwards 289, really hope after all this that you guys can really get the chance to go off and make your own original movies. Really like your style. Good luck, guys. Thank you, Fast Forwards.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, super awesome. And thank you, Tabitha, for posting the link to the campaign. Thank you. Tabitha's posted it a few times
Great.
in the chat. We'll post it again just one more time at the end. I can throw that in there. And yeah, we're excited to capture more BTS footage, and put something together on the Blu-ray again for Chapter 2, just like we did for Chapter 1. Had a lot of fun doing that. I love BTS stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just kind of cool. It's some of the toughest stuff to edit, though. I don't know if anybody here on in the thread has ever done that before, but you end up with so much material, and it seems kind of random. Um, for me, when I was editing the BTS for the Blu-ray, I really centered myself around, okay, well, I've got segments related to scenes that we shot. I'm not going to, do a recut of the whole movie. That doesn't make sense. But,
Yeah.
you know, kind of selecting certain moments, and then you feel the vibe of each scene that you build and create. And sometimes there's like a natural story that kind of evolves. It's kind of similar in a way when you go to edit a documentary. Like there's some similarities trying to find the vibe and the feeling for any given scene, because there is no predetermined narrative. You're just discovering it as you edit. So sometimes that narrative comes
I
through
was
or it gets built in the editing
I
process.
was just going to say, I think that's what's hard about BTS is that you are, you know, you want to and you should be building a story in and of itself, even with the BTS. And because
Yeah,
BTS is so random, you half the time you're trying to figure out how to build the BTS story. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So like, oh, I probably should start with day one and it'll probably end with, and that's a wrap. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah,
As you often see, but what's the middle chunk? There's so many different things and what do you show? And yeah, I can
yeah.
imagine. I can imagine, but you did a great job on it though.
No, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was had a lot of fun. I used Apple Loops to build the music.
Mm.
Admittedly, I'm not a composer, but as a filmmaker,
Retired
you use
composer.
the tools that you have available. That's right. Uh, and but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I find that stuff I enjoy, like from a creative point of view. If I don't have the detailed skills, like say to create 3D assets,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
If I don't have the knowledge or the training to do it, not to say that I couldn't learn it, I believe in myself that I could,
Mm,
but you know, not having the time or just the opportunity, there's some software like Adobe Dimension or what's it called, GarageBand, or like other applications
yeah.
that I'll use just to build. And sometimes it's like building with Lego. So, I don't try to pose like I'm, creating something like Hans Zimmer or, John Williams or anything. I'm not those guys.
Right,
I'm
right,
just
right.
like kind of make something out of
There's
what I
John
got,
Williams, Bruce
have some
Dale,
fun with it,
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, but it was a lot of fun to create. I just love that because I feel like as an artist, and like you, Dave, I enjoy a little bit of everything from the visuals to sound to, of course, movie making
Yeah,
to whatever it is.
yeah.
I just have a love for the arts in general, and always have and always will. There's just, I don't know, without going off on it, it's just
No,
there's
I get
so
it.
much to it. That's a whole other show.
It is a whole other show. It's an entire series in and of itself.
Yeah, yeah,
But no, I agree with you. I mean, there's lots of things. I think that's why we work so well. I mean, obviously, you can't be great at everything. Everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses. But I think that's why we work so well together is, yes, because of our history and we've been working, for a long time. But because we do have an interest in the process, not just in this job, but in the filmmaking process as a whole. And I think it's made us better filmmakers because of it, because we have great respect for every position. I don't claim to, be an expert in every position. That's why you have people that are experts in that position and you rely on them to, do their jobs and all that. But I have an interest in everybody's position and a great respect for that. So, yeah, no, I get it. I do. Totally. Well, listen, folks, I think that is a good spot to end this stream on. We want to again thank everybody that has donated to the Indiegogo campaign on day one. We are currently sitting at 155 backers, $19,440, knocking on 20,000 Canadian dollars. 16% of our budget was raised in day one. Obviously, like I've always said, that pace is not sustainable. It's not like we're going to be raising $20,000 a day. That'd be scary, because then we probably be over $8 million by the time everything's done. But it's a great start. And so if we can, if this week sort of continues in a similar pace, not the exact same, but over the next week, maybe we're knocking on 30 or 40 or something like that. That's a really great start. So we do really appreciate everybody's time and hard-earned donations. We do appreciate it very much. We'd love to tell you more about what's going on, but we're still very early in the process. But good things are to come. Victoria Miro is returning as Sam, Carol Coltman as Agnes, Brian Charles Peter as Billy, Lynn Griffin returning to the Black Christmas universe and playing Nancy, and of course the distinguished and amazing Olivia Hussey is returning to the Black Christmas world and stepping back into the shoes of Jess Bradford, 50 years in the making.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your donations, and thank you for your love and support, and for helping us promote and share. Sincerely, we appreciate it very much. We want to make you all very proud with what we create. There's only lots more to come.
Yeah.
So this is just the beginning. It's
just the beginning, folks.
Cool.
Just the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you, of course, to my amazing moderators, Frank Riker, Darren Sands, Chris Baber, Cody Snyder, Andrew Stevens, and Tabitha Short. Thank you for doing what you all do. I really appreciate it very much. Tabitha, thank you, especially in this stream, for all the posts about the links. That was great. And Cody as well.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the super chat questions that came in today. Really appreciate that. How you guys continue to support the channel as well. Really, really appreciate that. And of course, to the few non-super chat ones that we were able to get to, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Bruce, you're on Twitter. You're on Instagram. What are your Twitter and Instagram handles? so people can follow you. If you got to follow
Yeah,
Bruce,
yeah.
follow Bruce.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So Twitter, I'll start with Twitter. It's Dale_Bruce. So Dale_Bruce. And then for Instagram, it's Egyptian Ink, and it's Egyptian_Ink. Egyptian_Ink.
And ink is
Um,
INK, right?
that's right. Yeah, just like the fluid in your pen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Not INC, like incorporated.
Oh yeah, no. Right. Yeah, no, it's like Egyptian ink. Think of art, think of tattoos, think of that kind of thing. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Egyptian ink. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. And you can connect to all of my socials through my website as well. It's just brucedale.ca, brucedale.ca.
That's easier.
And all my socials are just right there at the bottom. Yeah, feel free to reach out. I'll always do my best to respond yeah, and thank you everybody. Really appreciate it. It's awesome to do this with you guys.
Yes, Bruce, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it, as usual. And yeah, this is just the beginning. This is very exciting. This is got a whole lot bigger in a real awesome, positive way. And we are just so excited to be able to, add to the Black Christmas mythology and history in a lot of ways. It's a lot of fun and really cool. And we do not take it lightly. We take it seriously because, we want to do everybody proud. And we're going to work very hard for all of you. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it so much. And Bruce and I, and of course, all my links, if you want to follow me, my links are in the description, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again, as I always say. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. And Bruce and I will talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye for now.